protecting your APIs with Tyke and Keycloak. So what we're going to do is start up by creating an API. So we'll call this HTTP bin, reverse proxy to the HTTP bin service. And for the time being, what we're going to do is set this to open keyless. Save that. So what's going to happen now is we head over to Postman and we send a GET request to, we can send it directly to HTTP bin. And then we get the response coming back. But if we send it via the gateway, Tyke's gateway, and now the gateway's received the request, reverse proxying up to the HTTP bin service. So we can start by opening up HTTP bin, and what we'll do is we'll set the auth mode to OpenID Connect, and then we can update this. And when we update this, if we send the request now, it should block and say key not authorized. It's working fine. So let's create a policy, add the policy, and I'm going to call the policy admin. And this will grant access to the HTTP bin service. Create that. Now, heading back to the APIs, there's a few things we need to add here now. We need to find the issuer. So who's going to be issuing the tokens? And this would be Keycloak. So we have to head over to the Keycloak service. And what we'll do is start by creating a realm. Let's call this, I'll call the realm Tyke. And now that I've created the Tyke realm, I can open up this and we can see from here, we have the issuer in this field here. And we can add that issuer. And the idea is we need to create a client within Keycloak and point it to that admin policy. So let's head over to here. Let's create a user. We don't have any users. Let's add a user. This one, oh, we don't need that. We'll just leave that blank for the time being. Email verified. Let's save that user. And let's go to credentials. Okay. Not temporary. Reset the password. Change the password. So now that we've created the user needs to have a role. And we can do this. We need to first have, and then we need to have a look and create the client. So let's go and create the client. And let's call this the Tyke client and save that. And once we've created that Tyke client, we need to look valid redirect URIs. The way that we would do this is head over to auth0, for an example. We'll set that to custom. And what we need to do is paste that discovery document URL, which is this URL here, so that it can automatically configure things for us. So let's use that discovery document, and it's pulled in all this information. We don't need any of that. We don't need that. And the client ID, which we can get from this client ID here, Tyke client, copy that and paste that in there and save. So the idea is that this will redirect to the OpenID Connect server, which is Keycloak, and we can see that the request shows a redirect URI here of openidconnect.net/callback. If I paste that into the valid redirect URIs and save that, Now what we need to do is create a role. Let's add the role, and the role is, say, admin, and save that. And then we head over to the users section, open that up, role mappings, and for the type clients, we need to add this role for this particular user. Perfect. So in here, we've got the client ID. Where do we get the client ID from? It's called type-client. So we can copy that, paste that in there. And what we're saying in this mapping is saying for this particular client ID, type-client, we're going to assign that admin policy, and then we can add that. And then update this API definition. So we can start by sending the request, warning, HTTP request required, HTTPS required. That's not good, is it? So how do we fix this? Okay, where's this HTTP realm settings? Enabled on, login, require SSL. I'll set that to none for the time being. Obviously in production, you wouldn't do that. And now when I send the request, it brings me to the login page. Log in with my user. It redirects to the callback URL. And now we can exchange the code from the token. We hit exchange. And here we have our access token, this JSON web token here. If I just hit the next button, it's easier to copy from here. Now, if I copy that, I can view the token on jwt.io if I want to. And you can see plenty of information here on the contents of that token. But if we now head back to Postman and I set the, this is a parameter, set the authorization header, paste the JWT, I can now gain access to the API. All done.